All right, so it has been a long time since I've done a Q&A video for you guys. So what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna grab my Stumpjumper 15, and we're gonna go to the local bike park here. It's been snowing a bunch the last couple weeks, but apparently it's clear to ride. So let's head in the truck, get over there, and I'm gonna answer some of you guys' most important burning questions.
First question here is from Zacharonic.
All right.
And it is, do you have a job besides Instagram?
No, I don't actually. A lot of people ask me that question as well. We haven't had a job, or I guess a real job, in about 5 years almost. We started this during 2020 when nobody was working, and it kind of just spiraled into whatever it is now. And honestly, even if I had to get a real job, or if I wanted to get a real job, I wouldn't be able to do both, because so much effort is put into making these videos for you guys that pretty much every single day we're doing something to get a video out, to make new content, to new ideas, traveling to events, whatever it might be. We're just so busy that I couldn't even get a real job if I ever wanted to. So yeah, no real job.
Next question is from Kotzlek, and it is, do you feel like the mountain biking community / industry is slowly dwindling away?
That's interesting. I like the question a lot, and it's honestly a question that a lot of people are asking themselves right now as well, especially if they're working in the bike industry. Now, if I were to summarize the question, he's basically asking, is the mountain bike industry dying? And in general, I would say no, not at all. I know that there's a lot of people that are on YouTube that are trying to make all these claims about how the bike industry's dying and this company's in debt, all these millions of dollars and yada yada. The reality is that a lot of that's just kind of for clicks. Like, let's be honest here. Is the industry hurting right now? Yes, absolutely. There are companies that are going under. There are a lot of companies that are cutting back their budgets. They're spending every single month, their budget changes, and it sucks for a lot of people, especially if they're working, like whether you're an athlete, whether you work at a bike shop, whether you work in a marketing department, whatever it is, like, people are getting hurt by the industry right now. It's just a reality of what happens. But is it completely dying? No.
I said, excuse me, you don't understand where I'm at. I was all around the world, on span, across the map. I've been laying low and now it's time to pop up, bitch, I'm back.
Next question here.
All right.
From Crew Rides.
Okay.
And it is, how did you get and partner with Specialized?
That's a really good question. Way back in the day when we first started doing social media, I had someone by the name of Curtis Keene reach out to me on social media. Now, if you guys know who Curtis Keene is, he's literally one of the best enduro riders of all time. Red Bull athlete, rides for Specialized, the whole 9 yards. Like, this dude is honestly one of the fastest people that I personally know. He reached out to us and he sent me a DM over Instagram. He was like, hey, you want to ride for Specialized? To this day, he tells me that we're the only people he's ever reached out to. So that's pretty cool, especially considering that, I went from, seeing Curtis on TV and on YouTube and watching him race and just honestly idolizing him when I was younger, to becoming a friend of his and him being somewhat of a mentor to us was just absolutely amazing. So shout out to Curtis Keene. If you guys don't know who he is, go look him up. He is an absolute legend. And also shout out to Specialized, because that's where everything started from. Oh God. Oh, this is bad. Oh, come on, little guy. There you go. Oh, fresh air. Whew. All right, sounds like you got another question for me.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, here it is. This is from Joka DJ.
All right.
And he is asking, what is your advice for somebody young who's trying to get sponsored?
Nice. I like that. That's a great question. And the reality is that so many professional athletes and content creators, they gatekeep this question so hard, and it pisses me off so much. I'm going to give you guys the scoop. I'm going to give you guys the harsh reality of the situation. Before you ever start worrying about working with companies or your dream sponsor, build your brand up first. What do I mean by that? It doesn't matter if you want to be a professional rider, or you want to be a YouTuber or a TikToker or a podcaster. whatever it is that you want to do, you have to build your brand up before you can think about working with other people. So make yourself so recognizable, make yourself so valuable to these companies that they reach out to you rather than you reaching out to them. In all of our time working in social media, we've obviously worked with a lot of big brands like Specialized, and Mountain Dew, and Heatwave, and every single one of those big contracts that we've had, not one time did we ever reach out to them. They always reached out to us because we had built something that made them want to work with us. And that's basically the moral of the story with a lot of the stuff when it comes to social media, or if you're a pro athlete. You cannot expect to be successful if you're just like everybody else. If you build something up that separates you from the pack, that makes you noticeable, it's going to be a lot easier to make deals than if you're just, racing once a year and then putting out a video on Instagram every month and hoping for the best. So that's the harsh reality. You can do what you want with that information, but it took me years to figure that out. And now that we're here, we figured it out. I don't even reach out to any companies anymore. It's really just like they'll reach out to us, or, maybe we already know some people there and we make connections. All right, so we're gonna do a little mini edit real quick on this trail, which is super sick. I heard it just got rebuilt, so it should be looking really nice. But you got one more question before I drop in?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, this is from Alex Davilar, and he is asking, I don't know if you already got this one, but what happened with Specialized?
Dude, I knew someone was gonna ask me this question. So I've kind of explained this a little bit, but I'll give you the quick synopsis, the quick rundown of what exactly happened. So first of all, no drama, everything was super chill. It ultimately just kind of came down to, we both wanted to ride, make something work out. They wanted us to ride for them. I wanted to ride for them. We had a great relationship the last few years. And as you guys know, one of the main reasons why we even exist is because of Specialized. And we just couldn't come to an agreement on essentially kind of what, the compensation side of things, and then also the expectation side of things as well. So we just couldn't come up with an agreement we could both, be comfortable with. And at the end of the day, after, a few months of going back and forth, we kind of, we ultimately decided, what, it's probably not going to work this year. Let's see, maybe in another year we'll make something happen. So definitely not like the best situation, but it's just part of business. This happens, and they were always great to us. So no hate at all, nothing but love for them and the people over at that company. So yeah, that was basically it.
Feel like I'm at the tippy top of my game, looking down at the rafters. I had to son these boys, can't leave them bastards. A lot of dudes, just some undercover actress. I don't fall for it, I'm privy to all your tactics. Yeah, so try again, this time take a vitamin. Yeah, invite them in, welcome to the Lion's Den. And I'm Mufasa, big boss in charge of, coming in like a bull. You see me raising the stock up.
Woo, okay, so you got another question for me.
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
Here it is. This is from Mountain Bieber. Do
Okay.
you think dinosaurs are real?
Well, I've never personally seen a dinosaur other than probably my little guy down here. But are dinosaurs real, man? I don't know. I really don't know. Fun fact, the majority of all bones that are in museums that are dinosaur bones are actually just recreations. They're not actually the real bones. And dinosaur bones are actually super, super rare. So are they real? I don't know. I mean, history books tell us that they're real. Archaeologists tell us that they're real. So I guess all we can do is just trust the experts.
I trust the science.
All right, so you got one more question for me. Let's hear it.
All right, from Andrew Barron. What are you making as an MTB influencer?
Okay, that's a really good question, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is like the 10th time we've tried filming this because it's so hard to actually give you a straight answer, but I'm gonna do the best that I can. Now, before I do that, go down and subscribe if you have not already. We're on our way to 1 million subscribers, and like the video because it massively helps us out, because as you're about to find out, it's kind of hard to make good money on social media. So, what is the answer? Now, to answer it, I have to go back in time just a little tiny bit. When we were first starting off doing all this social media stuff, when normal empty beer was still a new thing, we didn't make anything at all. It didn't matter what platform it was dead zero. In fact, we were actually losing money every single year. I think we put a total of $50,000 in to get this all started, and it basically all vanished until we started actually, growing it and getting more views and getting more notoriety. And then it totally started to change. So in YouTube per month, we're probably making a few $1,000s. Like this video that you're watching right now, it's probably only gonna make a few $100s. Now that'll change if you like the video and share it to your friends, and obviously the views will go up, then we'll make more money. But the reality is it'll probably only make a few $100s. That combined with, you know, the shorts that really don't make much money at all. It's only like 20, 30 bucks per short video that we make. When it comes to Instagram and TikTok, we make exactly $0 on both of those platforms. And it's funny because we get a lot of views. We get literally millions and millions of views on both of those platforms, and they pay us nothing, like nothing at all. Instagram doesn't have like any official programs that I'm aware of that they pay you money. So there's just like no option to even make money on that platform regardless of what you do. And then TikTok does have a creators fund, but we're not really a part of it, and haven't really signed up for it. But I've heard from people that are in it that it's really not a notable amount anyway. So no money from those two platforms. But where the real money does come in, and where it actually starts to become a business, is with the sponsorship deals that we have. Now, depending on what kind of contract we have, and I can't say specific contract names just because a lot of it's under NDA, or it's just not really the most respectful thing to talk about this publicly. So I'll just give you numbers. No names, just numbers. The average deal that we have nowadays for like a year-long project for one sponsor is about $70,000 for one sponsor. Now that kind of depends obviously on a whole lot of different factors. You know, it depends on how intricate things are going to get. You know, we've had some sponsorship deals where they're into the $100,000 range. You know, some that are $80,000, you know, some that are down at 30,000 where it was a lot less stuff, or it's a lot smaller of a product that's being shown off in the videos. And then you obviously add all that up per year. Now you're looking at multi-$100,000 of revenue that are coming in just from sponsorship deals towards the business. And that's obviously pretty good. That's well above average for what most people are getting paid with a regular job. Now, obviously we have to deal with taxes, and we have to deal with paying ourselves. And that money is not going directly into my pocket. That's going into the business. We reinvest that money into the videos, and we just generally try to increase things to make it better and better for your guys' viewing experience. And as well as, you know, I want to make some money from this too. So it's, you know, it's kind of all over the place, right? Then on top of that, you have merch, your own products, right? You see a lot of creators that make, you know, their own t-shirts or their own product or whatever. Like we were doing it at a certain point as well. I'm sure you guys remember we had our own merch. It did pretty well. You know, we made a few $1,000s off of that. Nothing crazy. We weren't becoming millionaires from doing that. But if you really push that and if you really promote that to your audience, it can actually grow pretty well. And I see that with a lot of really great creators do that. So in general, there is really no hard number of how much we make because it's different every single month. It's different every single contract. But the point is that as you keep on doing this, as it keeps on growing, as you continue to get more and more views, the numbers continue to increase. And what we were making this past year is going to be different for this year. It's going to be different for next year. And that's honestly the best way. And that's why a lot of creators don't tell you, because it's always changing. Bro, I just found something crazy, dude. I just happened to look down in the bush and I saw something. Look at what I found in the bushes, dude.
Feel like I'm at the tippy top of my game, looking down at the rafters. I had to sun these boys, can't leave them bastards.